Hey, everybody. I get asked all the time, do I need a photo shoot? I think I get asked this because I regularly do photo shoots, and it's important in the branding of my business because I am building a personal brand. So if you are building a personal brand, we've got to see you as a person, and selfies don't always cut it, especially if you're producing a lot of content. So I wanted to talk through if you need a photo shoot or not, and if you do, what you need to prepare. Okay, stick around.
You're listening to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast.
Welcome to Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast. And now your host, Meliss-Ep.389.
Today's podcast episode is kind of fun, and it's probably going to be a little bit shorter than usual because I am not a photographer. But what I want to talk to you about today about photo shoots are from the marketing side of things. Now, if you are not at a stage in your business where you can afford a business photo shoot, know that a smartphone can do the trick if you do it well and if you have good lighting. So having a photo of yourself is really important, especially for your social media pages, as a profile picture, in the content that you create. And you want to be able to show people, this is who I am, I'm a real person. And you can't always do that just with words. So if you're hiding behind the camera or you aren't going anywhere near a camera and we don't see you, it's really hard for us to connect with you. And people buy from people that they connect with, people that they know, like, and trust. And we don't know you, it's hard to like you, and we definitely can't trust you if we can't see you. So just something to keep in mind, if you aren't using pictures of yourself in your marketing, it is time to start doing that right now, especially if you're building a personal brand. Now, you want your pictures to look great. There is a whole section about this in my book, #expert, the business owner's guide to building authority on social media. And I talk about the different types of photography where you can take a picture with you and your friends and then you just crop you out. But there might be someone's hand on your shoulder in the picture. We don't want pictures like that. We want pictures where you are the focal point. We are looking at you. And that means you need to have good lighting. Now, that doesn't mean you need to have professional lighting. Really, what that can mean is that you go outside on a sunny day and you sit in the shade and you take a picture of yourself. So you want to make sure that the lighting doesn't have too much lighting. It's not just like highlights all over your face, and you don't want it to be really dark and shadows on certain parts of your face either. You want one smooth color tone all across your face. And really what you could do is you could take your cell phone out in front of you and look at your face while you're standing outside and say, are there any highlights, lowlights, shadows, anything blocking my face? And while you're holding the phone, you slowly turn your body all the way around 180 degrees, and you see, do I look better as I'm turning where the light is hitting me? Now, you need to play around with this. You need to maybe be under a tree or maybe not. It depends, because if the sun is shining through the leaves of the tree, you're going to get shadows of all the leaves on your face. Maybe you need to check what time of day is best, or even the weather. So super sunny is not actually good. It's really great if it's a nice bright day, but then there's clouds overcast on top. So I'm not a photographer. Like I said, you can do some Google research or even talk to any photographer friends that you have, but I'm just letting you know that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars. You could just use your cell phone. Just make sure you have great lighting. Then you can go into Canva and you can cut yourself out so that you can use these pictures on top of things like lead magnets and things like that. So you want to make sure that if you are cutting parts of you out, that you aren't cutting body parts out, and you want to capture that inside of your photo. So maybe you have a friend take these photos for you. Maybe you have a tripod. Maybe you can just balance it on a rock on a tree. And believe me, I've done that before. I've gone live or I've recorded videos and I'm just balancing my phone like inside of a shoe. So there's many different ways to do this, but you want to make sure you get your head and you get your fingertips. And even if you're doing a full length shot, you want to get your toes, because if you cut out the background from your photo and you only have one hand there, it really becomes hard to use that photo, or if you don't have part of your leg in there. So just think about where you're going to use these photos, and that's going to help determine how you're going to take them. Okay, so you can definitely use iPhone photos or Android or whatever as selfies for your marketing. Now, the reason why you need pictures of yourself, we did touch on this a little bit, but you're building a personal brand.
Hey, coaches
that means
and healers,
that people are
it's
buying
time
your
to feel
service because of
supported
you.
in your business.
They're not buying your
Head on
service
over
because they
to
need
our
that
free
service.
community
They
to
can
get
buy that
access
service
to my
anywhere.
best resources
So I'm an
for
online
free.
marketing
I'm talking
strategist,
marketing
and there
tips,
are millions
business
of online
strategy,
marketing
mindset,
strategists
support,
everywhere. The reason why
feedback,
someone
and
buys
so
from
much
me
more.
versus
Join
another
now at
marketing strategist is because they like either the way I
spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com.
teach,
See
they
you
like
there.
my personality, they like what I stand for, they like what I believe in. Whatever it is they're here for, that's because of me. And so when you're building a personal brand, you're really selling yourself. You're not selling your service. Of course, you're going to be selling your service, but before you get to that point, you are selling yourself. You represent your brand. So we need to see you. It's not like you're selling products, because then we need to see products. Are you tired of trying to figure things out on your own and then finding expensive solutions online? I've got just the thing for you. Check out all my business building and mindset kits. They're jam-packed with value. Starting at just $7, they'll help you take the actionable steps you need to get your business moving in the right direction. Visit learn.abundantstrategy.com to see the ever-growing collection of kits. Happy learning! Okay, so let's say you're ready for a photo shoot. Now, what do you need to prepare? Well, what I like to do is I make a Canva document. I actually make it 3,000 by 1,000 pixels, so it's very long. And I take pictures of me or models from online wearing outfits that I own or I'm planning to purchase. And I cut them out and I put them like a scrapboard on this Canva design. And that way I can see visually all of the outfits. So for example, if I'm wearing a top and pants, I will take a picture of the top. I will take a picture of the pants. I will take a picture of any accessories, earrings, necklaces, bags, bracelets, and shoes or belts. And I'll put it there and I will kind of patch them together to look like the person, whether I'm wearing it or I took a screenshot of a model on a website that sells this item. That way I can see the whole outfit from head to toe to see if it makes sense. Now, colors that I like to pick are grays and blacks. And then I also pick my branding colors, which are purple, blue, and red. So I try to pick something that's purple, something that's blue, something that's red, black, and gray, because that's going to look really good on my branding. When I'm using those colors on content or in workbooks, I want my outfits to match. So pick your branding colors, different shades of your branding colors. I also like to pick my outfits to not really have words or designs on them. There are a few exceptions to that, but just a solid color really does help so that I'm thinking about putting text on top of something. It will work well there. So you want to plan out your outfits in advance from every little detail, even bra if you need to. If it's like a strapless dress, you want to make sure you have every single thing you need to prepare for your photo shoot. Now, you also need to know what positions you want to be in. Now, if you have a professional photographer, a branding photographer, or a business photographer, they're going to tell you what positions. But there might be some positions that you see online. You're like, oh, that's so cute. I need a picture just like that. So what I like to do is make a folder of all the positions that I need. Now, I sometimes also use stock imagery because for my podcast covers, or even for some of my lead magnets and workbooks, I do use certain expressions to convey what the podcast episode is about. So you want to make a folder of all of those expressions that you want to cover. That way, on the day of the photo shoot, you can just go boom, 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 click, 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 click. And it's not, oh, let me think about this. What type of pose do I need? Work with your photographer because they know very often what poses you need, but you do want to incorporate that. And you want to also make a list of everything that you want to bring as a prop. Props are really effective. So figure out what your brand stands for. My brand stands for spirituality. So props that I bring are my salt lamp or my affirmation deck or some sage so that we can burn some sage in the pictures. So whatever you stand for, make sure you bring those. If you are super organized, maybe you need to bring a clipboard. Maybe you need to bring sticky notes or bins that are color coded. Whatever you do for your brand, those are the types of props that you want to bring so that we're conveying in the pictures that you do this thing, you stand for this thing, you believe in this thing. What I like to do is make a list. I actually put this in the Canva document as well as a bullet points. And I think of all the props I need to bring, all the books that I want to bring, books that I love, that I read, that I've written, anything like that, or any other props that you can think of. Sometimes it's nice to just bring some flowers. I also want you to think about where you are going to be using these photos. It's really important that you know that beforehand because that's going to help guide the photographer on whether it should be a long shot head to toe or it should be a wide shot side to side. Think about it. If you're going to use this on your website as the header image, it needs to be long, all the way from right to left. So think about those things. You can use your photos for your website, for social media posts, for lead magnets. You can cut your face out, put them on slideshows. You also could have lifestyle pictures that you use for relationship building where you're doing things that you enjoy doing. Like I once took a picture of me with my bicycle because I like to bike in the summer. Or maybe you could take pictures of you dancing if you love to dance so that we can get a feel of your personality and that helps build relationships. The last thing I want to say about getting a photo shoot is you need lots of sleep. I need to take my own advice on this, but you need to sleep. I like to sleep early, a few days before the photo shoot, so I don't wake up with giant bags under my eyes. But you also want to get a photographer and your hair done if you're going to do the professional photo shoot way, because that lighting and your skin and all of those things, you want to make sure you look at your optimal. And just like if you were to perform on stage in a theater, you have to wear a lot of makeup so that it looks really good, even if it's more makeup than you'd usually wear. For example, I never wear makeup and I get my hair and makeup done before a photo shoot so that my skin looks very smooth in the bright light, especially because my skin is so pale. So you want to make sure that you think about that too. Having a photo shoot is really fun. It can be overwhelming, so prep, get everything in order. I print out my Canva document and I hang up all my outfits on a clothing rack. I pack all my shoes, I pack all of my props, all the books, anything like that. And then I pack up my car the night before because it is a lot to deal with the morning of. Photo shoots are a lot of fun and they require a lot of planning, but your pictures will be beautiful in the end and you can use them for months and months and sometimes even years. I hope this helps and I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Marketing Tips with Meliss podcast at www.marketingtipswithmeliss.com.
Oh, wait, before you go, I've got a special invitation for you, so listen up. Join thousands of spiritual women, entrepreneurs, coaches, healers, and business owners in a cozy community to learn effective and aligned strategies to grow and scale your business through organic marketing and so much more. I'm inviting you to join my free community called the Spiritual Women Entrepreneurs to lift one another up in business, spirituality, finances, and emotional support. Visit spiritualwomenentrepreneurs.com. See you on the inside.